Hey, what's up? It's your boy JP clocking in with you guys. I'm coming back at you again with another banger. And, the topic of the video is going to be, people need to get the idea of a meaning behind life in their head. Like, we always hear people say, oh, this is the meaning behind life. There's a meaning behind life. We all have a purpose here. We all have a destiny, and yada 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 yada. But you know, reality is the only true meaning behind this fucked up society of ours is just rich people versus poor people. That's it. That is literally it. There is no higher being, higher purpose, all that spiritual bullshit that you hear those people with the fancy jewelry talking about. It's all bullshit, because even those people are scamming. It's just rich people versus poor people, man. It's just a fucking one big ass fucking global slave plantation where there's a bunch of human beings that monopolizes the resources, that hoards all the wealth, that ensures that their legacy and their self-interest is covered, while the other people like you and me, we get nothing. We get scraps. We get told to be grateful, be moral, be righteous, don't break the law, follow God, follow the bullshit, vote at elections, pay your taxes, all that fucking bullshit. And that's what it is. That's what it is, and that's what it will ever be. People think there's a change that's gonna come. It's not. That's how it's always been. That's how it's always gonna be. And that's what this world pumps out, man. It's just a classist, brutal, killer be killed fucking type of system, you know. And people like to say, we have a meaning. Like, most people don't have a meaning in life, man. You just don't, bro. You're just another number. You're just a sheep. You're just another work donkey that they're gonna run into the fucking ground until you can't fucking run no more. And then another fucking work donkey gets born at a random hospital and they say, hey guys, we got another one coming through. He's gonna help us build the jungle. He's gonna help us build more stuff within the jungle. He's gonna help us, commercialize the jungle even more. He's gonna build more roads, build more amusement parks, build more skyscrapers, build more, cars, build more fucking, you know, commercial properties for us. We got another slave, you guys. Then that's how they think, bro. That's how they think, man. They don't view us as fucking good or evil people, man. They don't view us as people with potential and all that shit that we dumbasses down here believe. We are nothing more than cattle to these people. We are cattle. We are inconsequential cattle that they fucking use to further their dominion on this earth, and that's just what it is. So when people get into the idea of the meaning behind life, what's the meaning behind life? There is no meaning. You're just surviving, man. You are just surviving in the system that's structured in a way to keep you where you are, to give you enough so you don't fucking revolt, to give you enough so that you don't die. They gave you a little money, they give you a little shelter, give you a little water, food, and the entertainment with the NBA, NFL, and celebrity propaganda. They give you just enough to keep you exactly where you are, you know. That's what the system does to you. But you have no meaning. You have no meaning. You're just another pawn. You're just another sheep. You're just another slave. There is no meaning. The meaning behind the entire earth is rich people versus poor people. It's not just America. You have over there in India that one fat Indian billionaire who has like what 200 fucking $1 billion of wealth while the entire country smells like fucking shit. But he's just swimming in money, and the rest of the country over there smells like a fucking Fear Factor dumpster truck, you know. But he's rich, they're not, so he doesn't give a fuck. So that's just what it is. That's what it is. Same with the the Arab people, the United Emirates people. They're building a fucking futuristic, soulless, superficial city over there off the blood, sweat, and tears of their fucking slaves. And those slaves are not getting any fucking return on investment. They're probably getting the same shit we're getting, but worse. They're probably giving those slaves that building Dubai just a bit of money, just a bit of water, a bit of food, a bit of shitty shelter, and you're gonna be our slaves. You know, so this shit is not just only in America. It's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, man. This is just how the system is made, man. This is how this life is structured. It's always going to be the rich people, exploiting the poor people. It's always going to be the strong devouring the weak. It's an immutable law of nature. You can't escape it no matter where you go. It's like, this is just the meaning of life, man. It's just a unfair, animalistic, jungle, you know. And, that's what people have to realize when they start talking about meanings and destiny and legacy and all that stuff, man. Nah, man. Most of you guys don't have a legacy. You don't have a meaning. You don't have a a legacy of none of that shit, man. You're just another number in this shit until your number runs out and then somebody else takes your place, bro. So we need to stop. We need to get this idea of having a meaning. It's okay not to have a meaning. It's okay to say, I'm just here, and when I die, I'm just gonna die. It's okay to say that. There's nothing wrong with just accepting the futility of this fucking existence. It's okay. People love to say, we're here because of some God, it's God, that's what people's meaning comes behind. People love to say there's an old man in the sky keeping score, and he watch what we do, and if we behave, we're gonna go to a place of sunshine and rainbows, the Chronicles of Narnia in the fucking clouds. That's where we go if we behave. But it's all crap. It's all crap. It's all crap. It's all fairy tales, fables, and myths made to control people. That's all it is. It's all the shit they feed people. It's one of the many things they feed us so we don't wake up one day and murder them and their children. It's all crap. It really is, man. It really is. You know, they get to live their heaven here on earth. They get to have fucking yachts and mansions and cars and a beautiful way of life. They get to have women and vacations and respect and prosperity, and they get to just live their lives just being jubilated every single day. They get to have their heaven here on earth, and and they're telling all the poor people, well, you guys should be grateful and good and evil and karma and you know and all this crap, you know. And the poor people go for it, man. The poor people just eat this shit up and say they have a meaning, man. You don't have a meaning, man. You're just a slave. You are a slave, birthing more fucking slaves irresponsibly. You know, meaning. There is no meaning, man. Most of you guys were made by accident. How can you say you have a meaning? You know? Guys, man, it's just people will tell themselves anything to not accept the truth. That's one thing I've noticed about people, man. People will cling on to any fairy tale. They will cling on to any, distorted ideal that they were fed as children to ignore the reality that they live in, bro. You know, and guys, it's just this fantasy. It's starting to wear thin. We're starting to see this world for what it is. Most of us don't have any reason or meaning here. We're just here just to make other people rich. Earth is just a harvesting farm, for rich people. That's what it is. It's a meat grinder, a harvesting farm, a fucking slave plantation for the rich people. And we're all just pawns, bro. We're all just pawns. It's never going to get any better, and this is just what we have to accept. There is no meaning. It's just rich people versus poor people. The end. But leave a comment down below, subscribe, share. I'm always coming down with you guys with the heat. It's your boy JP, and I'm clocking out.